Okay, so let's talk about whether or not this will amount to anything.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Okay, so I know that I'm a little late to the punch. I have not talked about this whatsoever. There's not a ton going on in San Antonio Spurs media, but hey, this is something. So the San Antonio Spurs have signed Stanley, Johnson, and we're going to talk about that. Now, before we do, really quick, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. I really do appreciate all of the love. All right, so Stanley Johnson. So when it comes to him, I believe, and I was trying to find an article on this, okay, because you guys know I keep up with everything San Antonio Spurs related. I'm pretty sure that they were interested in him before. I don't know if it was last season or the season prior. I tried to even look on my own channel to see if we talked about anything. I just couldn't find anything. But I know in the back of my mind, it was like, I'm pretty sure the San Antonio Spurs were interested in him before, but nonetheless, it's kind of hard to figure that out. But let's go ahead and read through here just really briefly. There's nothing here, but the Spurs will sign Johnson, Sham says. Johnson has yet to appear in the NBA game this season. It was played for the G League's, oh man, SoFal, is that how you say it? SoFal Skyforce? Before landing a deal in San Antonio to make room for Johnson, the NBA roster, the Spurs waived veteran forward Alize Johnson. Now, this is what's weird about this. As we know, like the Spurs have been back and forth on Alize. I was shocked when they did bring him back and got rid of Jordan Hall. I was like, I wasn't huge on either one of them. I'll be real with you. Jordan Hall showed slightly more promise. I think he's still in our G League right now. But when it came to Alize, I was like, oh my goodness, he is not looking great, at least for us. It was not working out whatsoever. What they wanted him to do, he just couldn't do it. Very sloppy play. And everything that we needed of him, Romeo Langford is doing much better as that role player. But yeah, so I was kind of shocked that we did even like bring him back, and we were back and forth about it. But it seems as if the San Antonio Spurs went ahead and made a move for someone who can fill that role even better. So let's look at stats, and then I'll tell you what's my overall thoughts of the signing. So statistic wise, we all know he's been a role player his majority is, well, not majority, all of his career. Really good role player, that is. But as it stands, as far as what he's bringing to his NBA teams, it's kind of same old. Statistically, he's been pretty consistent in what he does. As we can see here, he averages about 6 points per game for his whole career. Last season, this is probably what we care about the most with the Lakers. He averaged 6.7 points. He averaged 0.9 assists, or not assists, sorry, 0.9 steals, so it's still a game, 0.3 blocks, 1.7 assists, 3.2 rebounds, so about 3 rebounds. Skip through there. Free throw percentage 71, in which he's had higher percentages in the past, but hey, it's not bad whatsoever. 31.4 3-point percentage on 2 attempts per game, not terrible. 46% field goal percentage on 5 attempts per game, 2.4 to 5 attempts per game. And then as we can see here, with the Lakers, he averaged basically 23 minutes, quite a few minutes. Now, this is how I feel about it, okay? I don't think that this is a player that's coming in as a vet and the Spurs will keep him around. Just me personally, I don't think that's what it is. I feel like they might attempt to have him as a package deal, or because obviously it was hard for him to even get a contract in the NBA anyway this season, or this is probably what's most likely. The San Antonio Spurs are getting ready to make a move. I've said this over and over again, and I think that it needs to happen. As much as I like Josh Richardson, as much as I like Doug McDermott, I don't think we get a bunch of utility from them right now. Like if this was a few years ago, you guys know I'll be like all on it. Like, no, keep these guys, we can make a playoff run, blah, blah, blah. But that is not the case right now. There is no good enough explanation. There's no good enough defense that I've heard thus far for keeping Josh Richardson or keeping Doug McDermott. I don't think that that's the right position the Spurs should go in. Right direction they should go in. It just makes no sense in my opinion. What was that? I don't know what that was. But as it stands right now, the Spurs, we're not that great of a team. Obviously, this is a tanking season. you get rid of these guys and put it all on the young guys. I don't think it's going to hurt them. I don't think it's going to hurt their development. I don't think it's going to hurt their morale. I mean, as far as what I've seen, they're very mature. They're like brothers. We're a very close team. They'll be perfectly fine. So with that being said, I say, hey, I think that taking on Stanley Johnson is more so of a move of the Spurs just having someone there for when the inevitable happens, when you have to move a few players. So we'll see. But as it stands right now, this is what's going on with the Spurs. I'm totally cool with the signing. Like at this point, I'm down with any signing. My only thing and my only wish for this season, tunnel vision. I just want the tank to continue. That's it. Just continue the tank, and I'll be content. But anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, as always, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description, or become a Patreon YouTube member. Only $2 a month. I really appreciate all the love, guys. Until next time.